This is my audience.
Hi, my name is Sasha Delgado, and this is my introductory speech. Have you ever met someone who you thought you knew well, but then you found out one thing about them that completely changed the way that you saw them? We all have different traits that make us who we are, but some stand out more than others. My trait has been with me for as long as I can remember and has affected the way I approach school, sports, and everyday things. My trait is that I'm very competitive starting from a young age. Today, I'm going to talk about how being competitive has shaped who I am and how it affects the way I deal with different parts of my life. For some people, being competitive develops over time as they grow up. For me, it's felt like it's always been there. I've had that drive to compete for as long as I can remember, and I love the idea of improvement and seeing how far I could go. It didn't matter if it was a Kahoot, pacer test, board games. I've always liked the idea of competition and having a chance to win. I also tried different sports growing up. I did soccer, a little bit of basketball, and track. But track stood out the most to me because it was simple and easy to compete, and it was easy to measure your progress through times and results. But as I got older, I noticed that competition increased and there were more people who were just as motivated and talented. And I started to see this shift from wanting to win to focusing more on myself and how much I could improve. As I got more serious about running over the years, I began setting goals for myself and paying attention to my times and rankings. Instead of trying to win every race, I started to focus more on my own times. But at the same time, if there was a chance to win, I would take it. I wouldn't hold back. This helped me realize that I could be competitive, but also focus on improving as an individual. Also, looking back, I realized that I turned a lot of things into competitions without even thinking about it. Today, that competitiveness shows up in different ways than it did when I was younger. Now I focus more on setting goals for myself. I pay close attention to my progress and how I'm developing over the season so that I can see real improvement over time. One thing that I've noticed is that when I really commit to something, it usually leads to results. For example, when I focused on training and staying disciplined in the fall, I was able to compete at state for cross country, and that same effort helped me qualify for districts in track. Those results didn't happen randomly. They came from me constantly giving my best effort. Overall, this showed me that success isn't random. It comes from effort, consistency, and believing in yourself. Being competitive has been a big part of who I am for a long time and shaped how I approach things in my life. It's something that pushes me to set goals, work hard, and keep improving over time. That's what my drive really comes down to. This matters to me because it's taught me that how I approach challenges is just as important as the outcome. It's something that I'll keep using in school, sports, and anything else I do in the future. Today I would like to end with my 3 points. My competitiveness started when I was younger and it showed up in everyday things. Over time, I started to focus more on self-improvement. And it still shows up today in running through setting goals and working hard and staying disciplined. I've learned that competition isn't just about beating others, it's about pushing yourself further than you thought you ever could. That's it. Thank you so much for listening.